Do not let the bankers steal your Bitcoin. Just the other day I saw this post on X, and then a couple of days later this happened on Bitcoin.
Coincidence? I think not.
And now it's rebounding, so if you sold at the bottom, you're probably going to feel a little bit silly if it keeps going back up. I'm Matt, I've been trading Bitcoin since 2017 and I'm a purely price action trader. This looks like a typical shakeout. It doesn't look like the bull market has ended just yet. The buyback's been really strong and I think it's probably left people with a bit of pie on their face, having sold at the bottom. Like if you're looking at this and you're watching it move up, you're gonna have a little bit of squeaky bum time that your bags are all gone. Imagine the smell if this just rips up now. We're also partnered with Bybit and their DEX, Apex, and we're giving away free money. I'm not, they are. It's not clickbait, just wait till the end and there'll be a bit more information on that. And there's only 30 places up for grabs. All right, chart time. Okay, let's run through this as quickly as possible. We're on the weekly chart. We have these two highs that get taken out, and then we have the previous high, which gets taken out as well here. And then we have the buying where all of this took place. So this is the level. If this level breaks on the weekly time frame at 100K, then the market structure breaks and we can start talking about a top that has formed. But as yet, it hasn't broken and it's reacted really cleanly. On the daily time frame, we have this big swing up and then we have this little range that forms just below the previous high where the price action develops. It pushes up, takes out the high, bounces from support, puts in a high again, bounces from support, and then pushes up to create the all-time high. So we can just get rid of this weekly level. And then you can see the big drop spiked right into the extreme of this level and is now bouncing from it. If this level breaks, then we start talking about Bitcoin having topped. If not, we start looking for it to develop and then push up to highs. On H4, there's not really much to go by. It's taken out a huge amount of levels and then is now just kind of meandering in the middle of this big drop. So what we need to see at the early part of the week is price just kind of to range and then either build to push up or just to range and then build to push down. In which case, if it does come down, we can start looking at reversal patterns at this juncture, or we start looking for continuations on a breakdown of this daily range, which I talked about. But there's nothing really to look at here and say we have edge in the market. The market is not really doing anything, so we just need to wait for more price action to develop. It's not even worth having a look on the lower time frames, in my opinion, because when Bitcoin does big drops like this, it does tend to just build up over in the next several days. If, for example, it does push up again without any warning and it does just catch everyone off guard, what you want to do is mark this level here at 122K, which is where the sell-off really kicked in. And then at which case we can wait for the price action to develop there, build a range, and then either look to continue above or wait for a breakout to confirm another lower high and then look to short. But at this point, there really isn't anything to do, in my opinion, particularly on the medium time frame. So it's just gonna have to be a waiting game for the early part of the week. And we can look at the live stream this evening to have a bit more detail about what's gone on over the course of the day. On Ethereum, we have this big high on the weekly chart, which gets taken out. And then we have this big low, which is where the buying took place to come up and push to make the new high. And I've been talking about this 3,400 level for many, many weeks now. And it's spiked in and then has bounced up. And it's actually closed as an inside bar. So you can't take any information really from this candle other than the fact that it's bounced and closed pretty strongly. On the daily time frame, there's nothing really to go by either, other than the fact that it has bounced from this level and pushed up strongly. So we're going to have to jump down to H4 to get a few more candles and then just improve the picture a little bit. So what we have is this big low here that gets taken out. And then we have the big sell-off here where the selling took place to come and break all these lows and test this 3,400 level. So now it's reacted, and then in the same way as we're looking at for Bitcoin, we need to see it kind of range at this area of interest and see if it's going to either break to the upside or break back down to the downside and we have a bear market. Or, you know, it could come up, take it out, and then retrace to some support that gets put in and then build to push up or build to push down. At this point, it's a bit of a guessing game. Like Bitcoin, there's no real edge in the market at present. If we jump down to the hourly time frame, we can see that it's kind of built in a range here. So we have this supply zone. It's a very small one, but it's where price continues to drop, and this is where on this time frame the selling took place to come out and break this low. And now we kind of have a little bit of a range. We kind of have a scrappy range with not much volume, and we can wait on this time frame to see what happens here. Either it's going to push up ideally and then builds, and then we can get a bit more information to push up and take a long. But the risk reward is very tight because you've got this big sell-off area here. Or it could fail to push up and then start building to put in a lower high, round off and short. So you're going to have to wait for more price action to develop. But this is a nice little range. As you can see by the wicks and the small candle bodies, the volume isn't great. So it just needs more price action. But it's a guessing game at present whether this entire move was a signal from the market that it was a top and that we're going to continue back down, or it was a massive shakeout and then we're going to start building to push back up. We just need to wait for more price action. The weekly chart on Solana doesn't look very easy to decipher, so we're on the daily chart. This is the big high which I talked about on other videos where the sell-off took place to come and make these lows. And then we have at this point here the origin of all of this price action. This is where the buying took place to come out and take this high. This is a scrappy level which I wasn't too keen on because it's been tested several times already, but it is the end of this chain and is now being tested. And I've said in pretty much every video, Solana seems to like to take the highs and then retrace to the deepest possible level. The market structure changes if we come down and break this level and then we start looking for shorts. But at the moment, obviously, it's held, but this is the key level. And then the next level down from this one, in my opinion, is here. In the same way that we have the end of this chain, which is where the buying took place to make this high, this is also the end of the chain where the buying took place to come up and break this resistance, comes back down to that deep support and then pushes up, drops, pushes up, drops, and then from here it continues to break this high. So even though this would change the market structure if it breaks, this would be our target on shorts at about 130, but we need more price action. On H4, same thing really, we need more price action. It's a guess at this point about whether it's going to continue up or this is putting in a lower high and then it's going to come down. So what we need to see is it build a little bit more. We have this key low which gets taken out, and on every higher time frame it has created a new low in the context of this overall move, but this could well be a fake out below that low. So if we drop down to the hourly, we get a bit more of a clearer picture, but again, it's not too clear. Everything's very scrappy. I think it's better just to sit on your hands for the early part of this week and just wait for things to develop. We have this high after the break of the demand zone, and then we kind of have a range on the hourly time frame here. Similar to Ethereum, we kind of have something that's building. So this could well be, and you know, it's also at this resistance level as well. It could well be that it ranges and then breaks down, or it could well be that it ranges and then pushes up from there. Just not sure at the moment, but essentially what you need to do is wait for the price action to develop, let the chart tell us what it's going to do, and then we can have a bit more of an idea with more confirmation and a higher strike rate. So it is boring to wait on your hands. It is boring especially after we've had a big drop, to expect more volatility. But normally from the crypto markets, in my experience, once you've had a big drop like this or a big move on the other side, you kind of need to wait for things to just slow down, breathe a little bit, and then build, and then position yourself. So again, if it does move up, you have the next key resistance level here, in which case if it moves without you, this is where you wait for your range to form, and then this is where you wait for the continuation or the breakdown. So I've tried to keep the analysis in this video as quick as possible. If you want to go into a little bit more detail, we have a live stream at 6:30 p.m. UK time tonight, which we do every week, and we'll be talking Bitcoin, Ethereum and Solana and meme coins in way more detail than in this video. If not, the replay will be available on the channel afterwards. Partnered with Bybit and their DEX, Apex. I think with everything that's going on in the DEX space at the moment, the main centralized exchanges are probably going to go full throttle with that. So I'm aligning with Bybit and their DEX, and they're actually going to give away free money, which is great. The terms and conditions are on the screen at the moment, and basically all you need to do is deposit on the account through my ref link and then hold it for the duration of the promotion period, which is until the 10th of November, and then you'll be rewarded with the deposit bonus. It's nothing to do with volume or anything like that. It'll just go straight into your trading account. Also, you'll get access to my private Discord, where I'm doing videos like this every single morning. I'm doing daily trade plans, daily market reviews, posting educational content. We're active in the Discord, and we're doing weekly live streams as well. So if you want to get involved, get onto Apex. The link is in the description below. You'll get a deposit bonus at the end of the promotion period, and then I'll send you the link to the Discord as soon as possible. And then your next video is here, or this one, or this one, then this one, or that one, then that one. Just one of them. Okay, bye.